Okay. So in the last session, we completed activities like creating the segment values. We created segment values through value sets, and we created primary ledger through specify ledger options. We provided return earnings account, which is a mandatory for ledger, and created legal address. And by using that address, we created legal entity, and we assign legal entities to primary ledger. Within the primary ledger, what are the balance and segment values we have? Those we associated with the legal entity through assignment. And finally, we submitted that primary ledger definition, and we verified the status, and we have seen the status as a confirmed, nothing but completed. Now we have a ledger with the status called completed or say confirmed. So now we'll go and see to work on GL. Anyway, we are not going to work on GL just to test journal creation and posting. We'll just have a look at these GL roles and all. Okay, so we'll see what are the basic seeded GL roles Oracle is providing, and we'll assign those roles to user, and we'll provide the data access for those roles. Nothing but we assign the primary ledger to GL related roles. We'll run the LDAP and we'll open the periods and we'll test by creating the journal. Okay, we'll be testing our ledger by creating the journal, how it is going to work. Okay, done. Now, what task we have to perform? We have to assign GL roles to user. There are 5 very seeded roles which need to be assigned to user, which roles will give full access privileges to user to work on any GL related concept. So to assign the roles to user, go to security console. Yes, under tools, go to security console. Okay, so this you can just close this message. Go to users, find our user. Our username is Fusion India. Search to assign the roles. Click on user login. Just click on edit and add role. Okay, going forward, we'll see how to provision roles automatically, which we call as auto provision roles, auto provisioning. Okay, we'll see that. So for now, we'll proceed and we'll assign those 5 roles to user. Click on add role. So the roles are, say, general accountant. Okay, see here, I'm just searching for general accountant. So we could see the same role name, general accountant. Along with the general accountant, you can find other roles: general accountant, Australia primary ledger, general accountant, Belgium primary ledger, and for different countries, you could see few ledgers. So already we discussed about roles. Okay, so what is the meaning of job role, duty role, data role, abstract role? So just you tell me, like, these roles falls into which type of roles? Any guess? We discussed we have 4 type of roles, and again we discussed the 4 type of roles we have till up to release 11. From 12 onwards, they removed one type of role, and we have only 3 type of roles. Now we are in the release, we are working on release 13 environment. Just that is a note, so that let it be. Now just what type of role this falls under? What role you?
Job role.
Data roles.
Data role.
Data role. What is the meaning of data role?
Whenever a role is assigned to a particular BU or business unit,
If the role is mapped with a primary ledger or business unit, the combination, role and primary ledger or role and business unit. That combination we call as a data role. But now we are working on release 13. In release 13 we don't have any concept called as data role, but here we are able to see the data role. So what is the reason? Okay, so you cannot find any role with a combination of our primary ledger. Say general accountant, we created a role called a primary ledger called as Cloud INC USA primary ledger. You cannot find general accountant Cloud INC USA primary ledger. You don't find it. But how come we are able to see few ledgers which are connected with a specific role? So these definitions are coming from older version. So when this instance was release 11, so these ledgers are created as a part of vision. So they are maintaining the data as a vision data, and they upgraded from 11 to 12, now 12 to 13. So what are the data already available in the release 11? The data is there. Since the instance got upgraded, the definitions remain same. But this is not applicable if you create the new ledger. Okay, this data, whatever you see the data roles here, these we call as data roles. Okay, a combination of role and private ledger or business unit. These combinations are coming here in 13 we are able to see, because this environment is upgraded environment 11 to 12, 12 to 13 now. Okay, so if you create any primary ledger, it cannot be mapped with any role. Okay, what are the process we discussed? That's how we have to do the manual assignment. So these roles are created by system automatically. This is not applicable if you create new primary ledger. Any question here, please? So any question to understand this point? Fine, no.
Can you go over it very quickly again, please?
Sorry?
Can you go over it again, please?
So what I'm trying to say is, can you see the difference between these two?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
You have general accountants, and then you have the Australia primary ledger.
See, two are talking about general accountant. Two roles, but for one role, ledger is mapped. To other role, ledger is not mapped, right? That is the difference. What I'm trying to say is, we created one primary ledger, right?
Yeah.
So that primary ledger you don't see in this environment as that is mapped already with this general accountant, which is possible in release 11, up to release 11. So here, whatever the role you see with the ledger combination, these are not generated in this environment. Release 13 version we are using now. Release 13 we are using. Release 13, these are not created. These roles are not created. These roles are created in release 11. The release 11 instance got upgraded to 12. 12 got upgraded to 13. This is upgraded environment. So these roles are created in release 11. Okay, those got upgraded, and since these ledgers are part of vision definition, sample data, those you could see in this, still in this version. Even if Oracle is going to release 14, okay, tomorrow, like even in that also you could see, since those are part of vision definitions, vision sample data. Clear, right?
Yeah.
You cannot find any ledger. You cannot find our ledger as assigned to so and so role. That we have to do manually. Okay, this is done by system. System connected this ledger to this role, but our ledger we have to assign to this. That's how it works from release 12. Fine. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. So just select this role. So general accountant. So here the role name is same, general accountant, general accountant. The code is different. This is the actual role, which starts code as GL general accountant job, and the same code here they're just keeping prefix as ORA. You can select any one of the role. It won't make any difference, since these roles are general accountant role is seeded role. For a few seeded roles, they created two copies by making the difference in the code. Okay, that is just as a normal fresh instance environment you could see this. So you can select any one of the role. Two roles will have equal privileges. Okay, better you can go with this. Even if you are going to select first one, it won't makes any difference. Okay, I'm selecting this. Just click on this system, select that role, then click on add role membership. Nothing but assign role to user. So the role general accountant was added to the user. Say okay, and we have four more roles to assign to the user. And going forward, we'll understand in which role which privileges we have. Okay, first we'll try to understand which roles we have for which application. Okay, the next stage we'll go through, we'll open the roles and what duty roles we have inside of that job role. This is a job role, what you see here, job role. Only job role we can assign to user, duty role you cannot assign. Anyway, data roles we don't have in 13. Abstract role just employee, that already we have seen, so that also you can assign. Okay, so just we're done with this. So other role is general accounting manager. Okay, general accounting, sorry, general accounting manager. So here also you could see the similarity, like two copies, and it makes the two are differentiated with the code. So you can go with the first one, or you can select second one also. Both you can, both have same privileges. Okay, select first one, general accountant, general accounting manager, GL general accounting manager job. So select and assign. And you have other role called as chief financial officer. See, for all the roles we have a data roles because they all are coming from previous versions. Since in environment is upgraded one, these all ledgers are related to vision data related ledgers, sample data which Oracle created, which you don't see in the fresh environment, right? You cannot see any sample data in the fresh environment. So these, if you, when we are working on fresh instance, if you search with this chief, you will get only one value, that is chief financial officer. Rest you don't see anything. Select. So here they created only one role without any copying and changing the code. Okay, select the same, chief financial officer, select and say assign. So far we assigned three roles: general accounting manager, general accountant, chief financial officer. And we have other roles called as controller. Search for the role called as controller, select.
Lakshman, how do you know all these names of the roles?
Sorry,
How do you know the names of the roles for each module?
I just not each module, you have to go to the financials offering within the security console. There you can see list of roles. Just before in the user creation session, I think in the 6th session, I just taken through that navigation. I'm not sure whether you attended or not.
Yeah, okay. So it showed like bunch of roles, all of these
There
roles,
you
and
have to, yeah, there we have to verify. Otherwise, through these sessions, we'll come to know. Okay, take example like we, in case of EBS, when you are going to work, so you want to know the AP related roles. How do you find AP related roles? EBS.
you just find out all roles assigned to the application.
Yeah, normally it's not finding. Yes, I agree, but we just go with the prefix of AP, right? Normally, the menus.
Right.
Right? There we call
Okay.
it menus, right? We'll try to find by giving the menu name prefix, starting prefix as a AP. Then it will filter. It's all about by just once you go through, once you see what we have, then the same we can follow. That's how we can.
But here you don't have like GL roles are, for example, this one controller
Yeah.
does not have the.
So that is the reason these sessions we have, like it's we don't have just kind of environment where you can filter and you can find out the roles.
Okay.
And
No, I was just thinking if there is a documentation or something.
so, no, in up to up to I mean documentation we have, but that also talks about a bunch of that complete role list of the roles up to release 11. We discussed, right, roles and role templates we have. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Release 11, up to release 11, we have a role templates. We just with the role templates module wise Oracle provides the roles, because module wise when they provide, whenever you create the primary ledger, system will understand the primary ledger is standing at what level, GL level. So what are the GL roles we have in the template, for all the roles the primary ledger system will assign. The same way for AP, all the roles they are grouping and they are providing one template, AP template, AP role templates they are providing. And whenever you create the business unit, automatically the business unit will get assigned to all AP related roles. That's how we have till 11. After 11 there is no need of generating the roles automatically as a data roles. That is the reason the template concept they removed. Till 11 there was an option where you can go and see, so for which module which roles we have, since there was concept of role templates which supports data role creation. But now everything we have to do through manual process. Only the best thing is we have to go through the sessions once. That's what we have to take as a which roles we have for each and every module. And you can go through all the list of roles. There you will be able to find it. There, if you look at that role, they'll be mentioning that it belongs to which module also. Module specifications also you could see that. Okay. So that's how we have to verify. Anyway, through in our classes, we'll come to know which seeded roles we have for specific application.
And the code is helpful too. If you see the code for all the roles, it starts with the prefix GL or AP.
Yes. Okay, but see, you are, yes, that point is correct. But you will be searching with the role name. Once you find, you will be finding that prefix code. Fine. So first we have to.
Got it.
Yeah. Fine. So just you can select and assign this role to user. So we assigned so for 4 roles. Now we have another role called as financial analyst. Select. So financial analyst. Assign. Done. Okay, just click on done. We assigned 5 GL roles to user. So general accountant, general accounting manager, chief financial officer, controller, and other role called as financial analyst. So this is how just we can assign all the roles. So in case of EBS, this is how we find the menus, right? This is how they created menu names. Equal to that, here they given the role code. Okay, role code they given. For that they given the actual display name as just a definition with a specific name.
Hi, Lakshman.
Yep.
Can I know the navigation for this page? Like I missed in the starting.
No, you. So we created user, right?
Yeah. Okay.
This is same page. User created, and after creating user,
Okay.
what we did, we assigned the 3 roles: application implementation consultant, IT security manager, and
Okay.
employee. Right?
Yeah.
We are on the same page.
Okay.
We are on the same.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Yep. Fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks. So save and close. So there is some connect. Sure. 1 second. Functioning. Okay, just say save and close. So we assigned GL roles to user. So now we have to assign primary ledger to the roles which are already assigned to our user. Okay. Just click on done. Now go to project or FSM home page. Setup and maintenance. You can go to see this task. You can perform from project or directly from FSM homepage. Well, let's prefer to do all the setups from project only. Go to task list, select task called as manage implementation projects, click on overview to connect to our project, open this project. So now you have to search for the task called as data access for users. The actual task name is you can take as data access for users. With this task, what we can do is we can assign, okay, we can assign primary ledger to the role to which user already roles are assigned to that user related roles. Okay, so if you want to assign the primary ledger to specific role, first of all the role should be assigned to user, otherwise you cannot assign primary ledger to role directly. Fine. So task is data access for users. Data access for users. Search for task called as data access for users. So the same term, there are many tasks. We need the task called as manage data access for users. So whenever you see the task, always you prefer, okay, to check the path as path we have from financials or some other offering. Anyway, with as of now within our project we have only financials. Only you can see the paths which are available from financials. When you have a multiple offerings, say you have a financials within your project, procurement, PPM, HCM. So say you have a multiple offerings. In that case, when you are searching for some any task, the task may be available from the different offerings. So in that case, always you prefer to select the task from the relevant offering. You are working on which offering, accordingly you can select, so that system will be tagging. So next time when you go, you no need to select specific selected scope and all. That point also will see that, but this is a point you notice how that would result, will see. Okay, so task name is data access for users. Search, you could see many tasks which are relevant. This is the one which you have to select. Click on manage data access for users. Fine. Okay, so this is a task, manage data access for users. Click on go to task icon. Fine. So manage data access for users. Now what we have to do is we have to assign the primary ledger to the 5 roles which we just now assigned to our user. To assign the primary ledger to the roles, click on create. Click on create and select our user here. User is cloud inc. Just type tab out, it will fetch. Oh, okay. We have a user called as Fusion India, right? So, okay, done. So select username and select role. Here you can see the roles which are assigned to our user only. You cannot see the roles which are available in the application. So only the roles which are associated with this user, only those roles you can see. So these are the roles we assigned to this user. We'll go one by one. So select the first role as a chief financial officer. However, the system is displaying, let's follow the same sequence so that there won't be any confusion. You may not ignore to select some role for ledger mapping. The first, anyway, application implementation consultant role for configuration purpose. We should not assign anything to that role, but this role is related to business user related role, which users will use to record the transactions and whose role is financial officer. For them normally we assign, but here to testing purpose, to give all the privileges to the user, the seeded roles we assign. And going forward we'll see how to customize the roles also. In EBS menus we customize in the same way. Here the roles we can customize, that we'll see as a part of payables. The same logic is applicable for any application related roles. Okay, so select user, select role, and security contest. Okay, profile options concept we have in Fusion also, but this task also similar to profile options but not profile options. In case of EBS, if you want to assign the primary ledger to responsibility, what we do? We use the profile option. Here we use security contest. If you are aware of, when you are dealing with the web applications, we use this element called as security contest for certain mapping purpose. So here security content, what we want to assign to this role? We want to assign primary ledger. We want to assign primary ledger. We know very well whenever we create the primary ledger. Okay, so when you talk about primary ledger, we should talk about EBS release 12. In 11 it is setup box, we know, right? So in EBS release 12, when you create the primary ledger, say you created a primary ledger called as XYZ primary ledger. The moment you create the XYZ primary ledger with the same name, system will create, what system will create with the same name? Anyone please? With the same name, system will create something. What is that? Data access.
Data access.
Data access set. When we assign this primary ledger, okay, by using GL ledger name profile option, we assign primary ledger to responsibility. So when we assign primary ledger to responsibility by using GL ledger name, what system will do automatically? We are talking about EBS R12. What system will do? Automatically system will perform an action. What is that?
It assigned the ledger to that responsibility.
Yeah, we are assigning. System no need to assign. We are assigning. That's what I'm saying. When we
It will assign the ledger to data access.
No. So when we assign this primary ledger to this responsibility, say I'll call it as GL responsibility. Okay. When we assign this XYZ primary ledger to GL responsibility by using GL ledger name profile option, system will do one more. See, this is we are doing. That's what I'm saying. When we do this activity, what activity system will do automatically? EBS R12.
I think it assigns the ledger to data access set in the profiles.
Any other guess?
For the response.
It's a known thing that just EBS who has experience on EBS R12.
Data access set is created.
Created. That's see that point already discussed. Whenever you create the primary ledger, what system will do? It will create data access set. That point is over. I'm talking about second task. When we assign,
It assigns the. Does it assign the chart of account, calendar, currency, all of that by default?
I don't know. Okay, please. We are not discussing on that point, guessing. Just the reality we know in EBS R12 that I am asking. If you are aware, you can tell me. Otherwise, we'll proceed. Anyone, please.
Ledger ID.
Sorry.
Ledger ID.
Yeah, that is true. Ledger ID it will assign. I'm just expecting the point. So when we assign the primary ledger to responsibility by using the GL ledger name, system will assign the data access set to same responsibility, GL responsibility, by using GL data access set profile option. Is it true or not?
True.
Yes, this is what I am just asking.
True.
Okay. So first point is when you create the primary ledger with the same name, system will create data access set. The second point is when you assign the primary ledger to any responsibility by using GL ledger name profile option, that automatically the data access set, whatever the data access set created with the same ledger name, that data access set system will assign to the same responsibility by using GL data access set profile option. Now we are assigning the primary ledger. Okay, we are assigning the primary ledger to responsibility. System is assigning the data access set to responsibility. So that means finally to the same responsibility, ledger is assigned, data access is assigned, which takes high precedence.
Data access set.
Data access set, yes. Data access set takes a high precedence. Like first preference, system will just verify what values associated to the ledger through data access. That only it will see. Accordingly, it will start working. It won't take ledger name. Okay, so that means in the overall process, system will give the importance to data access set, right? So based on data access set only, the user can have access to anything from that responsibility. So that is the reason. So it's a data access set is important than ledger here. By following the same logic here, security contest. So what we want to assign to this role? Primary ledger. So based on in Fusion also, when you create the primary ledger, automatically system will create the data access set. Now instead of assigning the primary ledger to role, here always we assign data access set to this role. For these 5 roles, we will assign the data access set. How we got the data access set? Based on our primary ledger, system created data access set. That data access set only we have to assign. You could see the name here. Data access set. Don't go with the ledger. Don't go with the ledger. Ledger concept is not connected with all the roles. You should use anytime if you want to map anything to role. Okay, you have to use the data access set. Data access set is the one which system creates based on our ledger. If required, you can create your custom data access set that we know very well in EBS itself. Okay, so select data access set instead of selecting the ledger. Reason, based on the ledger only data access set is created. Here, whatever the value will be selecting, that is a data access set name. But reality that you could see as a ledger name, because based on the ledger only system will create the data access set with the same name. So what is our ledger name? Fusion India, sorry, Cloud INC, right? Just type Cloud INC, it will fetch. So Cloud INC USA primary ledger. What do you think? This is a ledger or data access set? Data access set only. Okay, this is how we written the ledger name. Ledger system created, based on that ledger system created data access set. This is the data access set name, which is a copy of our ledger name. This one we have to select. Any questions here, please?
So Lakshman, had you selected ledger in the security context, the ledger name would not have come into the value field?
Yes, it will come. If you select ledger, it will come, but you cannot map your ledger to all the GL roles. That's how they're given. Do you want to assign ledger to all the GL roles or only few? How reality works? We should be able to assign to all, right?
Yes.
That is the reason we are using data access set. Do you think is there any difference between the system created data access set and ledger?
Yes.
No. No difference, right? As is, it will create. It will give read and write privileges to all the balance and segment values within the ledger. If you remember.
Yeah. That way, yes. No difference.
No difference. Yes, that is the reason we are using data access. When we don't have no difference, why we have to make the difference by choosing the ledger instead of data access set? Select data access set, it will work for everything. Okay, so this is the point we have to understand here. Any other questions here, please? Fine, done. So now you can say save and close, and again you can come back to the same pop-up and you can assign our data access set. It's a reality data access set. Normally just we call it as a primary ledger. We assign our primary ledger to other roles by through security contest called as data access set. Or else instead of saying save and close, you can go to add one more. This is how you can add multiple and you can create. So most of the times the experience is, if you are trying to add multiple roles from the same pop-up at the same time, so sometimes system will hang. That sort of issues we normally come across. That is the best thing is you can just add one role, you can save and close, or else you may try to do it for multiple. Okay, first for one role we did, I'll say save and close. For remaining 4 we'll do at a time. Click on create. Username is Fusion India. Just tab out, it will fetch if the user is exist. Click on LOV. So already we just mapped our primary ledger to this role. Now we'll go with the controller. Okay, controller, select data access set and assign our ledger. Reality, that is a data access set. Let's call it as ledger. That's how normally we use the term. Anything we discuss. So name is Cloud Inc USA primary ledger. Assign our primary ledger to this role and click on add Fusion India. Tab out. Role is, so we're done with the controller. Select financial of analyst. And if you see here, for financial analyst, we don't have any security contest called as ledger. Okay, for all GL roles, they given security contest called as data access not ledger. That is the reason we are using the data access instead of ledger. So Cloud Inc, it will just auto filter, you select it. And if you want to duplicate this record, you can duplicate. That means everything it will copy, username will remain, rest you have to change. You can click on add, everything you can enter, or else click on duplicate. This selected record will get duplicated. Now you have to change username, same, but role will be changed. General accountant, security contest is, for general accountant role also there is no ledger selection as a security contest. So select data access set. So Cloud Inc, assign. And now you may go with the duplicate or add. Finally we have to assign. Fusion India, and select role called as general accounting manager, security contest. See here, for general accounting manager also we have only data access set. Done with this.
Excuse me.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, suppose if you want to provide access to another ledger for this Fusion India, so can we add
Yes.
a new entry like
Yes,
Fusion India? And
yes, you can do that.
and provide
You can do that. I'll show you that. I'll show you that. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
yeah, we're done with this, right? Earlier we assigned primary ledger to one role. Now we assigned to 4, total 5. Just say save and close. So now what are the tasks we did that we can do through spreadsheet also? To do through spreadsheet, we have to download one plugin and all. Anyway, as a part of AP, we'll be working invoice creation through spreadsheet. In that case, that plugin we have to install. That process and all we'll discuss. Once we're done with that, we'll be navigating to this page most of the times. So any one of the time, just we can look at that function. So directly you cannot do it. In the client mission, we have to install the plugin exe file. We have to download and install, then only it will work. So once we complete that process, I'll show you that. So now you have a requirement of assigning another ledger to the same user. So in that case, so Fusion India, so you want to assign the ledger to which role? You want to assign to this general accountant role. Security contest is data access. You want to assign role called as, say, Google USA primary ledger. This is how you can assign. To the same user, to same role, you can assign multiple. Okay. So this is how you can do. Any questions here, please? Now, if you want to understand, yeah, Please.
Lakshman, this is Renu. Sorry if I missed that. The security context and the role, right? So the role is limiting what the fields that should be coming under security context. Correct? So for example, the previous example, we have only 2 values.
Correct. You're right.
So in the release 12,
here one point we'll discuss. It would be good information for us. See, when you talk about R12, EBS R12,
right?
So we have a responsibility.
Right, responsibility, right? Mm-hmm.
We have a profile
and that never controls the profile option.
Profile option. The next one is profile value.
Right.
Here role, security,
context,
and context value, right?
Right. Context value is, yeah, we're calling as context value. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So responsibility, profile option, profile value, role, security context, and contest value.
Right. Value is what we assign.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here, in case of EBS, so when you assign, if you want to assign the profile option, we select responsibility. If you want to assign at responsibility level, right?
Correct.
So
however, my question is,
see, responsibility level, what are the profile options we can assign? All will be shown in the LOB.
Yeah, all of them are in general same for all the GL responsibilities. At least they are available same, right?
I'm coming to that point. So you can see the name, but finally, say you select a responsibility. If you go to profile options, yes, you can see. But once you select profile option, once you click on find, you can understand that profile option can be assigned a responsibility or not, right?
Correct.
So by considering that point, I am telling. That means you will be able to understand whether so-and-so profile option can be set at responsible level or not. It will allow you to see, but it won't allow you to set if that is not works at responsibility, right? You will select responsibility. Okay, you will go and find the profile option. And once you click on find, okay, that may be grayed out at responsible level. That means you cannot set it responsible. That may be Oracle given to set only site level or application level, or else user. Okay.
Right.
Until unless you click on OK, find, you cannot understand since they are giving the access. But here what they did, and once you select profile option, the values which you see as a profile values only filtered based on the profile option which you are selecting, right? If you select operating unit, only operating unit values. If you select ledger, only ledger values, right? That's how it works. Here also same. You select the role. So in case of EBS, if you select responsibility, there is no filtration. It will display everything once you navigate to profile value selection. So there you come to know that is applicable or not. But here, role level only they are restricting. Okay, when you go through the custom role definition, there you can see that option.
Okay.
So role level they are filtering. So role is related to which data. Here security context means data specification, ledger data, or BU data, or inventory data. That is the meaning of security context. Profile option also data specific, right? Privileges or controls or data access, right?
Right.
So in the same way, role level there are certain specifications. Okay, database security objects and all we have. Through that, the security context will be controlled. Based on security control selection, these values will be filtered. Same logic. But here in case of EBS, you could see all, but here you could see which is controlled by role. But in case of EBS, okay, we don't have any control at responsible level based on which application we are creating the responsibility. Right? They can give it if they want, right? Responsibility, whatever the responsibility we are creating, that is for GL. If user is selecting the GL responsibility and they can write the programming that should show only GL related profile options. It's not a big task for them. Right? That's how they can write, but they didn't write. That is the reason we are able to access, we are able to see all. Here, they made a mechanism like where the security contest filtration you will get based on the role which you are selecting. That's all.
Okay.
Yep.
And even in Fusion, is the site application these level of security contexts are applicable, or everything is controlled by role?
Call as security context. What we are dealing now and what profile option, that is totally different. This is also similar to
Okay.
profile option logic. By following the profile option logic only, process only, we are setting this. Reality,
Okay.
have a separate task to perform set the profile options.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Okay.
see now what we are mapping our primary ledger to roll through some security contest. This is also equal to EBS profile option assignment process, right? How we set
Correct.
profile option EBS, similarly we are setting this. But apart from this, we have profile options also, direct profile options.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this security context for the roles, I mean, for this particular purpose is always at the role level.
Yes,
It's one
exactly,
straightforward.
exactly. All right. Fine, just this is what to just compare and understand. Okay, hope this is clear. Any other questions here, please?
We don't have the concept ledger set, right? Here.
Yeah, we
in,
have everything.
Fusion.
We have everything. We have everything.
Ledger set?
Ledger set also. In EBS, when you create ledger set, what system will do?
Data access set it is.
It creates data access set with a ledger set name. If you want to assign the ledger set to any responsibility, if you want to assign any ledger set to responsibility in EBS, which profile option we use? GL data access set.
Data access set.
Here also, which security context we have to use? Data access set.
Data access
That's
set.
it. Ledger set also you can assign by using the security context called as ledger set. Data access set, sorry. Data access set. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Same we have as.
And then choose the ledger set in the context value.
Sorry?
And choose the ledger set name in the context value.
Yeah, exactly. Ledger set name, our primary ledger name, our reporting ledger name, our secondary ledger name, our ledger set name will be finding as a contest value.
Okay.
Yep, fine.
Yeah.
Now just if you want to verify. Now if you want to verify for which roles data access is given to specific user, what you could do is here we have two options. Users with data access, without data access, and with data access. So select users with data access. That means the roles whatever associated with our user, to those roles, to which roles something is assigned. That means it could be ledger or business unit or anything else. If you want to assign for which roles data access is already given, you can select users with data access, select username, better you can type Fusion India, then click on search. For this user, okay, we assign many roles, but not all the roles. To which roles data access is provisioned. You want to see, you can search like this. You can find for this user, we have a total 8 roles, right, which we assigned. Total 8 roles we assigned to this user, but out of 8 roles, only for 5 roles only we've given the data access. Data access means based on this application. It's a GL means a ledger access. So here you could see the same. Fusion. These are the roles. This is a security contest. You selected security contest value. This. So in EBS, once you assign the primary, once you assign the responsibility to user, you cannot delete it. Just you can end it. Okay, you can end it so that from the data onwards, the user cannot have access to that responsibility, even that is associated with the user. But here you have an option of deleting. So if you want to delete this, so you don't want to give the access to this user to role called as financial analyst, or you don't want to give the access as a general accounting manager. Okay, so in that case you can select it, go to actions, say revoke data access assignments. Revoke means delete. You can delete from here any assignment. So that's how you can do. Okay, again just we'll see how to enter this information through spreadsheet also. Before that we have to download that spreadsheet function, then only we can do it. For now you just try to understand these points. Any questions here, please?
Lakshman, this is Murali.
Quick question.
This is,
Please.
hello.
Yeah, what's the difference between, I'm thinking a role is the same as a responsibility, right?
Exactly,
Or is
exactly.
there any,
No different. In EBS, responsibility why you are creating, in EBS, you don't have any option of assigning your primary ledger to menu. Can you assign primary ledger to menu?
no,
No.
but you
To
can assign,
responsibility you can assign.
yes.
Here they give an option where you can assign primary ledger to role, where role is equal to EBS menu. That's it.
Oh,
So role consists of privileges. Menu consists of privileges, right? When you go detail, menu consists of submenus. Within submenus, you can have functions. Here, role consists of duty roles. Within the duty roles, you can have privileges. Both are similar. Naming convention is different. But there, through responsibility only, you can assign the primary ledger to any menu. Means once you assign the primary ledger to responsibility, that will be connected to menu which is there inside of the responsibility, right? Here they're given the direct routing. Like directly you can assign primary ledger to your role without having any intermediate step. That's all.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks. Any other questions, please?
Ashman, this is a job role or a duty role?
You have to tell me. Just you guess and tell me.
I feel these are all job roles.
These are job roles. Just to choose C as a role.
Okay.
Financial
Okay.
analyst.
How?
Financial.
Okay.
For the job role,
Okay.
we are giving the data access. But here there is no combination directly which you see to call it as a data role. No data roles. For job roles only will give the data access. That's all.
How do you differentiate duty roles here? Is there any? Can
Inside we have. Okay.
Okay.
Inside you cannot
Okay.
assign duty roles to any user. You cannot give any access to duty roles directly. So can you use the duty role submenu in responsibility creation?
No.
No. It may be your requirement may be submenu, but on top of it you have to create the menu, right? For submenu,
Correct.
to use the submenu also you have to create the menu. So then only you can
Correct.
select that menu into responsibility, but inside you have submenu. So the same logic here. Okay. So when we work on the role customization, you will see all those points. For now, just take the point for understanding as these all are job roles only.
Job roles.
In job roles, inside we have a one or multiple duty roles. Okay, directly job duty roles we cannot assign to user. If you want to assign any duty role to user, against the duty role create job role, maybe with the same name. That you can assign to the user. The definition time you have to select the definition is job role. Then only it will allow you to assign. That's all. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Lakshman, this is Preetham here. So in EBS we have,
Voice is a bit
let's,
low.
let's
If
say,
it's possible, can you bit loud?
yeah, Lakshman, this is Preetham here. So in EBS we have, let's say I have two different responsibility, US and UK, and I will assign two different ledger name, US and UK. But here what you have done is to the same role, you are assigning both the ledgers, right?
US GL responsibility, right? This is what we are talking about.
Yeah, I have two responsibility, and UK GL responsibility, and I have assigned.
Sorry.
Yeah, but in Fusion, what you did, you just you have those 5 roles, and in those 5 roles, you will assign both the ledgers, right? In the data access set.
No. See, a simple point. You said like we have a two different responsibilities.
Right.
When you say these two different responsibilities with two different responsibilities assigned respective ledgers, right? Since we are taking GL responsibility, ledger only we assign. Say US
right.
GL primary ledger. Here we assign UK primary ledger, right? UK primary ledger. Now, what is your question?
So in I mean, I have two different.
Yes.
In Fusion, is there any two different? I mean, there is only 5 roles. You showed only 5 roles.
The 5 are seeded. In GL, in EBS GL, what is the seeded menu normally we use? GL underscore super user. Menu name. Simply we call it GL super user.
Yes.
So there we have one which has access to everything. Here the same access they classified based on the real business practices as a roles. What role of the people you can find in the organization, the most of the enterprises.
Okay, so to that one role, you will assign both the ledgers.
No, 1 second. Here I'm taking simple example. So I'm taking here ABC user. So if your requirement is your requirement is sorry, this one user ABC user require access to two responsibility to assign two responsibilities. The two responsibilities has connectivity mapping with which ledger, those will be assigned. This is how it works, right?
Right, in EBS.
This is how we do in EBS. Now what is your exact question in Fusion, which you are not able to map this into Fusion?
Yeah, so in Fusion you told there is no responsibility concept. I mean,
Yes,
I can't see.
Yeah. Yeah,
So can I have?
Give me scenario. This is in EBS we do like this. This is how we can do in Fusion, or make it very clear. What is your question?
Yeah, in Fusion, can I see those two? I mean, if I click on, let's say in Fusion, is there an, I can see USGL responsibility
simple point here. Simple point here. In USGL responsibility, inside which menu you have? Generally.
Yeah, super user.
You got my point?
Right.
Here inside?
GL super user.
That's it. Now, here in case of Fusion, have ABC user, or before that, okay. So instead of creating two responsibilities for the same menu, have one role, maybe general accounting manager. Okay, so this assigned to user called, as we discussed here, ABC. Okay, now to this user, this role you want to assign which ledger?
US and UK.
US GL primary ledger. Now the same primary ledger you want to assign to UK primary ledger also you want to assign. User name same, role also same, but here we'll be changing the ledger UK. Now how many times you are doing this activity? 2 times, right?
Right.
So you have a UAE primary ledger also. User and role is same, but ledgers you are changing. So the similar concept we do in EBS also, right? But their additional activities we have to create responsibility and you have to do it. To avoid multiple responsibilities creation, to have access one user to multiple primary ledgers, what we do?
Ledger set.
That's it, ledger set. If that supports for condition called as calendar and chart of accounts are same, right?
Right.
If you think these three primary ledgers have same calendar and chart of accounts, now this you can achieve with one step. So you can group these three by using the ledger set. Here you can assign ABC ledger set to only one role. That role you can assign to user. That's it, over. Clear?
Okay. And in the, let's say in the journal screen.
So this is clear, right? This is clear, right?
Yeah, this one is fine. Yeah.
Now what is the question?
So in the journal screen, I mean, in one single journal screen, I can see the ledgers for all these 3 ledgers.
Yes, definitely. In EBS also same happens.
In EBS, I mean, I have
to. Point is simple. if you go with this concept, what you have to do? You have to switch from one responsibility to another responsibility, right? Sorry, above one.
Right. In EBS, I have to
You have to switch.
from one to another.
In Fusion, same user, same role, but you are assigning the ledger separately to the same user and same role combination separately. In that case, before entering into journal screen, you have to select any one of the ledger, then you will be entering into journal creation page.
Okay.
If you go with this scenario where you grouped ledgers, after entering into journal, okay, when we are entering, we will be going with the privileges of ledger set. Within the journal form, from LOV, you can select any one of the ledger in this scenario. So before entering the journal screen, you have to select any one of the ledger and you have to jump into that. In this scenario, so to enter into the journal page, you have to select the ledger set. After entering into the journal page, from the ledger set, you have to select specific ledger to create the journal. Clear?
Yeah.
These are very good points which you are asking. Appreciate you.
So Lakshman, that means like to one user I can assign the same general accounting role three times
yes.
to the one user.
Yes. We see the point is, please mute from your end. After question, my request is please mute. So going. See here, if you talk about the statement, we can assign general accounting manager to the same user multiple times. The statement is wrong. One time only we assign any role to user. To provide the access to different ledgers will be choosing. This is not again assigning. Through security console, how many times we assign? One time only, right? Just one time we did. And when you talk about assigning, we are assigning. You are not again assigning. The assignment is already there. To assign this to this combination which is already existed, we are selecting. That's all. If you try to assign general accounting manager to the ABC user, system says it's already existed. But by using this combination, if you are assigning any primary ledger to that combination, yes, that would be unique. It will accept. That is a point we have to understand.
Okay, but I mean like when we went and when we were assigning the security context as the data access set and the ledger value is suppose USGL value for one record. How can I have same again general accounting manager with UKGL value? I cannot do it, right? So for that, either I need to create a custom role and assign that UKGL if I want to do it.
What you said?
No, in the security context screen, user role, security context, and the security context value.
Correct.
I selected the user as Fusion India or the Fusion India user, and then general accounting is the role.
No.
General accounting is the role. Security context is selected as data access set.
No, 1 second. I'm sorry. Go with this example. So you select
ABC role as general accounting, and then the security context as data access set, and the value as we selected the in Cloud India USA primary ledger.
Yes, you selected that.
Or USGL primary ledger.
First step.
So same user, suppose.
Yeah, go ahead.
We wanted to give UKGL. We wanted to give one more role UKGL primary ledger.
Yes.
The same general accounting.
Yes.
So in that case, how we can achieve that?
Same you can do once again. Repeat it. That's what.
Okay, we can. Okay. In the same screen, we can again select the general accounting and again we can assign the UK general ledger.
Yes, same I shown in the class. Somebody asked the same question. I just taken through that. I think you are missing that. Okay. I just shown right by selecting the Google USA primary ledger, right? Do you remember? Just the same question somebody asked.
No, you selected the Google primary ledger. I understood that one.
Yeah, what is your confusion?
Suppose you selected here Fusion role, the role as general accounting.
Okay.
Then security context data access set.
Okay.
Then same security context value as the USA primary ledger of ours.
Why you have to select?
Suppose as a user,
No,
I instead of going for the ledger set combination, I wanted to have one user where he can access US primary ledger and he wanted to enter.
I kept you on mute here. The point is, my question is, already you did that. What you are telling you want to do, already you did it. Why you want to do once again? That is my question.
I can again enter Google USA primary ledger.
It's not like again you enter. For this user to this console, you assigned Cloud INC USA primary ledger. Why you want to do it once again?
I don't want to do Cloud USA, but suppose Google USA other primary ledger I can assign here directly.
Yes, you can assign.
So when I log in with Fusion India, for the same one role, when I log in, I will get the two options to enter it manually, the JV, for one for Google USA and one for our Cloud INC.
Yes. With whatever from your side, there is some big issue with echoing. So, see, when you assign to this user, whatever the privileges this role has, you will be able to access to those windows pages, and there you will be able to find these two ledgers. One is Cloud INC USA primary ledger, other one is Google USA primary ledger.
Okay, thank you.
So this is the point, right? The same, just here, just we are discussing. The same you can assign different.
Lakshman, if we define the ledger set, do we have to assign it 3 times to US, UK, and UAE separately, or just define the ledger set and do it only once?
If you want to assign the ledger set, we have condition, right? If you are able to create the ledger set when calendar and chart of accounts are same, then you can create ledger set. In that case, this is only one task. This is what I mentioned also. You group these 3 ledgers, you may name it as ABC ledger set. Assign is ABC ledger set to this combination, then that is enough. Once you log into the ABC user as a general accounting manager, you will be having access to this 3 ledger set. Within the ledger set, we have 3 ledgers. You will be able to record you can select ledger and you can record the transactions within the GL.
With this example, this is not the right example because the currency will be different. But if the primary currency
One second. Why you are talking about currency?
Because you said it has to have the same calendar, same currency, same chart of accounts, right?
Is that condition?
Sorry?
My question is, do you know what is the condition to create the ledger set?
It's the same chart of accounts and the calendar, correct?
Please don't mind, just I am checking with you so that accordingly we can discuss. Do you know?
Yeah. So
tell me, what is the condition to create the ledger set?
Is the same chart of accounts and the calendar needs to be same.
No, that's it. Then why you are talking about currency? You are saying this is not right example. What is the reason? This is very much right example. Okay, fine.
So basically, Lakshman, so what Oracle did is probably there may be little granular level of assignments from the configuration standpoint, but it's more user friendly from the end user standpoint. When ABC logs in, he sees general accounting manager and he can perform all the operations here.
Yeah.
But in the past,
one point here is very clear. So what we can achieve in case of EBS through ledger set, that we can achieve. In EBS, if you want to give the access to different ledgers, okay, different for one user for different ledgers. So there we have to create how many ledgers you want to give access without using the ledger set. If you want to give the 4 ledgers access to user, you have to create the 4 responsibility. There is no second option, but here they reduced. Without creating anything, directly you can use the role and you can associate. That is a point we have to understand. Apart from that, nothing is different. If you are finding something, let me know, we'll discuss.
So they change the design basically because there are tons of requests from the end users. We don't want to see 20, 50 responsibilities, right?
They reduced one task called as responsibility creation. What we get responsibility, what it holds in EBS, it holds a menu. Of course, it will have a request group and data group also. Data group is schema and all that's table space, etc. Right? So the request group they are including in the role itself. Ultimately, when you ignore those 2 points, so primary point is menu. The menu responsibility consists of menu primarily. That menu option only directly they are giving that as a role. That's it. That is the reason they removed responsibility concept, where they don't see need of responsibility to hold this role. Okay, so this is a point we have to understand here. So what we did is, so we created so where are those point? Let me just scroll properly. Done. So we assign GL roles to user and we assign data access for users, and we're done with that. Now we have to run the LDAP job. We'll go and submit LDAP job, and before system will complete that job, we'll discuss if you have any questions. Done. Okay, we'll go and submit the LDAP job. So to submit LDAP job, we have to go to schedule processes. We just tagged as a favorites. Yes, it's tagged. Fine. So click on schedule new process. Say OK. Click on OK. Submit. It is instance level job. It will synchronize all what are the new definitions and assignments in the entire instance, or say entire pod. So client specific only. So we're done with that. Now any questions, please?
Yes, Lakshman.
Yeah, please.
So typically, this is on demand. We have submitted LDAP, right? So similar, or because the cloud environment, does Oracle have something scheduled for these kind of programs because there are no parameters?
The background, even you cannot see in the request window. In the background, yes, that auto synchronization they implemented. That you don't see from the front. Auto synchronization they implemented that automatically synchronizes. It's as a recommendation we are running. If you are not interested to run it, wait for some time, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes half an hour, 1 hour. Then you could see the expected results as the synchronizations happen. That's how it works.
Okay.
Yep.
This whole concept looks definitely very good. My question is, you choose only 5 roles. Based on the experience, you choose those 5 roles out of, there might be 20, 30
those are
GL roles, right?
Which we use to have access to complete application GL functionality.
Okay, if we choose those 5 roles, we are good with the GL for any access.
Yeah, enough. Those enough. So
okay.
So even if you look at release 11, we discussed, right? The release 11 also, to create the data roles automatically, these are the 5 roles which Oracle keep in the template by default. Seeded templates Oracle provides. The GL template, these 5 roles only they keep.
And I'm trying to understand, in not only this application, any other application, what is the way of understanding the roles, what we need to choose. So I'm trying to guess that. So
we have to one way is going through some Oracle documentation. The second option is what I think is just knowing it, maybe through this kind of discussions. The very best thing is when you are knowing something may miss also, depending on from what is the source you are choosing. The best thing is some documentation part.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Fine. So we're just done with that. We'll just wind up the session within maybe 10 minutes. Okay.
Hey Lakshman, will you show the ledger set?
Not now. When we are working on GL, we'll see that. Okay. Yeah, please. Otherwise, just there will be many requirements which will route us to different
Lakshman, this is Murali. Can you please help us to show where that you are referring to know all the roles that are available? You mentioned that you have shown us, but is it? Can you show quickly
the
once?
first session, user creation session, you can go through, you can get it.
Okay.
Sixth session. Till 5 sessions, we had some theoretical discussions, right? I think in the fifth session, your batch fifth session. Sorry, not sixth.
Okay.
You can refer the fifth one.
Okay, thank you.
Fine, thanks. Done. So now we'll just log in. We'll go through this. You can sign out and sign in. Can you please hear some noise? Yep. So now we submitted this LDAP. It takes some time. You may not see the status as a succeeded immediately, but most of the times once you submit, automatically system will submit this information, users and role provisioning and all to that LDAP directories. It will sync. It may take some time to display the status as succeeded. Okay, so you just submit and proceed to next step. If you have some issue, wait for some time and you try. Now it's not mandatory we have to sign out, but just I'm signing out. Again I will log in, then we'll see the privileges which this user is going to get because of those 5 roles. So our username is Fusion India. Then because of those 5 roles, the roles which we assign to the user, so here your system will add general accounting. This is system. Here you could see because of those 5 roles only. If you click on this, within that again we have some subtasks: general accounting, dashboard, journals, period close. So here whatever you see this icon, this section we call as springboard. Within springboard, whatever the icons you see, these all we call as springboard icons. These all icons will get as a shortcuts based on the roles which are assigned to the user. Okay, so to this user we assign the GL roles. Okay, GL roles, they are not displaying the name as general accounting, if you are aware. So after database, the first application, when they started with application development, the first application whatever Oracle developed is general accounting application only. General accounting, the first application they developed general accounting with the basic functionality. Now the same application we are calling as GL. Later they developed many other applications. Now we have more than 300 applications. So just they are giving the name as general accounting. So this is springboard icon. If you click on this, you can see some subtasks which will take you to respect to subject areas. What I can say, work areas. This will take you to, if you click on journals, it will take you to journals work area. If you click on period closing related, what are the activities we do for closing periods, opening the periods, what are the other activities we do like translations, revaluation as a part of period closing. All these you will have access. If not from the springboard, always you will get every access related privileges task into navigator. You can go to navigator. So you could see here the same general accounting. Under that we have 3 tasks: general accounting dashboard, journals, period close. We have 3 tasks. So you can click on any one of the tasks and it will take you to that respective page. Better we can discuss this tomorrow session. We'll look at the profile option also, how to set the default category profile option, etc. So that's how we can close this journal creation topic, and we'll proceed from there tomorrow itself. So done enough up to here. Okay, opening the periods, creating journal, we should talk on this more detail level. Better we can move this topic to tomorrow's session. So we'll discuss more detail level. That's all for today. We done for today. And if you want to drop from the meeting, you can go ahead. If you have any questions, you can stay back and we can discuss. So we're done for today. Thank you all. Have a good day and good night. Any questions?
Hi Lakshman, I have one. I have one. here roles, when we are adding the roles, here can we have a means, can we do this activity with the spreadsheet? Do we have any spreadsheets to
Yes,
load
yes,
to add the roles?
yes. Answer is yes. The same point I mentioned in the discussion also. We did all this through manual process. This we can through spreadsheet. If you want to do through spreadsheet, you have to download one executable file and you have to install in the client system. So the relevant topic will be touching in the payables. Once you see that, we will go through that. I'll take you through that process. Okay. So is that fine?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Actually, I would like to know that spreadsheet name. Actually, we have a requirement in project. We wanted to add. We have a more
Okay,
than
I'll show you
200
that.
of users. So
It's not like spreadsheet name and all. In the same page, you can find it. So the same page, you can go to the same page. But if you want to try from your system, you have to install that plugin. That is the reason, like exe file, you have to download and install in your machine. Then only it will work. That is the reason I'm not showing. Even
yeah,
if
that has been installed in my system.
you try from your side,
Yeah, that's I'm aware of. Yeah, that's I'm aware about that.
You are aware of that.
Just I wanted to know that navigation.
Sure, I'll show you. You can keep on mute. I can hear something. I think somebody else. So here, authorized data access. This is spreadsheet. Okay. You open this. In my mission, it is already installed.
Yeah, yeah. What I'm expecting here, we will be adding roles to user, right? In the screen, adding the roles to user. That part we are expecting spreadsheet.
Sorry.
This spreadsheet is to provide the access for the roles to user, right? Here, adding the roles to user.
Roles you want to add to user.
Yes. To add roles to user.
Okay. Roles you want to add to user. The role, no, like users and all you can create from spreadsheet. And roles to user, that normally we use the data, auto provisioning we use. If the scenario meets what you are looking for, normally we use auto provisioning. For that, we don't have any sheet. This is for mapping. Through spreadsheet, you can do that for which roles the user has access. If you want to automatically assign the roles to user, that you can do through auto provisioning. Okay.
Is there any FPDA template?
No. FPDA.
That also not there.
We don't have like user creation and all. You have a separate template, wrapped implementation sheet, where you can just keep all the users' information and you can load it. That again, the task is related to HCM. Employee. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Fine. Any other questions, please?
Have a good.
I'm sorry, I just kept on mute.
Have a good day, Lakshman. Thanks. Bye. Yeah.
Thank you, Srini. Any questions from others, please?
Lakshman, do we have class on Monday IST?
Monday. Yes, yeah. Monday we have class.
Because I think this is long weekend in US. So are you still going ahead with the classes?
We'll discuss. Since we are talking about Monday, we'll just we'll finalize that by this Friday.
Okay.
Almost 50% of participants already left from the meeting now. That we'll discuss when we are in the session, actual session. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Fine.
Lakshman,
Pritam. Yeah. Yeah, please.
Lakshman, this is Murli.
Yeah,
Just now you mentioned that we don't have any other way to associate the roles to the user by bulk upload. That's what it is, right? There is no way.
I mean, you can not through spreadsheet. You have a auto provisioning through auto
Provisioning.
system.
Other than auto provisioning, there is no way of uploading the bulk upload, like preparing a sheet or doing one time or something.
Yes.
No, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Lakshman, I thought you said there is a spreadsheet which you have to download and then you can upload to do that.
Users now. So when you go with this task called as, I don't think so that they are given there. Security console. Here, if you go with this Fusion India. Edit mode. So there is no spreadsheet from here they're given. And other task, let me search for that. Search. Create data roles. Data roles not, it's different. This is MOS related function. Users you can implement, you can create implementation user. For this they are giving the sheet. Roles I don't see anything, just mapping. Just normally, very generally we just do through manual. The client can give you that all the specification, the spreadsheet that you can directly do through application, or else if that is meeting the some auto provision criteria, we'll do it.
But if the client gives the spreadsheet, is there a provision to upload that?
No, that's what the mapping sheet we don't have application.
Yeah, so how does big projects like on Fusion Cloud
can use support worker users means you can here Oracle provides spreadsheet. Within that you can keep all the employees information you can load. That's how you can get the users. But that loading we don't have. Yeah, please. What is your question?
I said for companies which are implementing cloud, and if they have like 5,000 users and 50,000 roles, how are they going to implement those type of projects?
So before that, definitely for
now,
1 second, please, 1 second. Before that, that the 500 or 5,000 users, they have to decide on the roles, right?
Right. That's why I said the combination of roles.
No, all the roles they may export and they may prepare the spreadsheet that we have to do through manually. That is one option. Second option is based on for which users, okay, based on some condition for so and so department of users, these roles are required, or else for so and so BU related users, these roles are required, or for so and so manager related employees, these roles are required. Based on these conditions, you can provision the role assignment automatically through automatic roles. So auto provisioning rules. So apart from that, we don't see other option. One is manual, otherwise auto provision. In your case, auto provision doesn't work. Doesn't works in the sense if you don't have scenarios accordingly, it's all about manual. So generally we just do through manual process.
Okay. And Lakshman, one last question. For the S-based reporting, it's to assign the role. It's the same way to assign the roles for those type of reporting, right? The FRS reporting.
No. FRS, you no need to assign any additional roles. That is a part of GL roles only. Now you'll have access to FRS.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Because that is a part of GL already we discussed. In EBS, we have FSG, right?
Yeah. You said it's part of, but I was just thinking since
No,
it's a separate.
not required.
Okay.
Now we can access FRS because we assign GL roles to our user.
Okay. And Lakshman, do you have a final date when you will be starting the class at 6 for this group?
Yeah, as we discussed, by end of this month, we'll be changing the times. We'll come to know before
Okay,
we'll
thanks.
form. We'll discuss in the class and we'll circulate the email. That's how we can change it. Yep.
Okay, thank you, Lakshman, and have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you. You too. So, any questions from others?
Yeah, Lakshman, so when you were doing that all search, right? They had an option to import users and roles.
Sorry?
When you were doing that search just now.
One second.
Yeah, import users and roles into application security.
Just 1 second. Nothing.
Okay, this is something
That
else.
is
Okay.
synchronization purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay, Lakshman. Thank you.
Fine. Thank you. So, any other questions from others, please?
Thanks, Lakshman. This is really good. Bye.
Thanks.
Yeah, hi Lakshman. This is Ajay.
Yeah, hi.
So I am today this is the first
Ajay, your
session
voice
I
is a bit low. Possible? Could you please?
Lakshman, is it audible?
Yeah, now it's good. Yep.
Yeah, Lakshman. So today is my first session, and yesterday I had a talk with Shrikant. So he just provided me the today's access for this session.
Okay.
So I just wanted to few discussions with you regarding this session. Little bit, I'll provide you my background. I'm from PeopleSoft background, and
better we can have a call after this meeting.
yeah, if you can give me your number.
Yeah, I'll ask Srikanth to connect after 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That would be very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. So, any questions from others, please? Okay, seems to no questions. So then that's all for today. We'll connect tomorrow same time. Have a good day and good night. Thank you.